Hello and welcome to another ReVengeance mod review. Today we are starting Mage Towers, and the first one we have to discuss is Infernal Mage.
The fire reborn.
Infernal Mage was buffed in almost all aspects in ReVengeance, except for maximum damage at level 4. It has better range, it's slightly cheaper, and its abilities are stronger. Yet, despite this, I didn't pay too much attention to it when I started my playthrough of ReVengeance. At first, I treated it as a basic generic mage tower, and I switched to the Dark Obelisk soon after unlocking it. However, when I was struggling with Sharkpool Reef, I started looking for towers with high DPS and started making an Excel spreadsheet when I realized that Infernal Mage was actually kinda awesome. I found out that it was really strong at two things: single target DPS and stalling. In fact, on paper, it is more cost effective than Shadow Archer and achieves a whopping 60 damage per second at level 4. We have to keep in mind that some of the damage is wasted on overkills and straight up misses. But against tanky enemies, that DPS can do wonders. In fact, my strategy for Sharkpool Reef campaign relied on Infernal's DPS to help harassers defeat Megalodons, and more importantly, to deal with Wave 13 and 14 Bull Shark Dashers and Tiger Shark Ragers. Now, you may ask, why didn't I use Dark Obelisk, aka Blazing Gem? Surely it has way higher DPS and is more cost effective, right? Well, Infernal Mage has another ace up his sleeve, and that is its Infernal Portal upgrade. It teleports a group of enemies back down the path every 15 seconds, which is an absolute lifesaver in stages where individual waves can get really hectic, and you really need a bit more time to deal with everything. That's exactly why I needed Infernal Mage here in Sharkpool Reef, since it bought me some much needed time during waves 13 and 14 and allowed me to stall and kill all the Bull Shark Dashers and Tiger Shark Ragers. So, if you are struggling with containing large enemy waves, maybe use Infernals with that upgrade and see what happens. They could be the missing piece of your strategy. We also shouldn't forget Infernal Mage's other two abilities. I have only used Affliction a few times, it's usually not my priority. But it's still extremely potent, as it temporarily removes both armor and magic resistance from enemies. It also works against bosses, which is why I used it on Gerald and preferred it over Dark Obelisk. In short, if a stage has a lot of armored enemies, and especially an armored boss or a mini-boss, Affliction can be awesome. Lava Fissure, on the other hand, is even better as it compensates for Infernal Mage's main weakness, lack of crowd control, and it does so decently well, as each geyser deals 80 to 120 damage at max level, and there are 8 of them. This ability makes him almost into a magic artillery once every 20 seconds, which is incredible, and I use this upgrade all the time, since you really can't go wrong with extra damage in any stage. Honestly, with everything I have said, Infernal Mage has become my favorite magic tower in the game, and nowadays I find it more versatile and reliable than even the Dark Obelisk. That's all for this video. In the next one, we will talk about a very different mage tower, Spectral Mausoleum. Take care.